So the NBA implemented its new flopping rule, and it's safe to say it is not off to a great start. This was the New York Knicks versus the Boston Celtics. What we're going to do is replay this video, and I'm going to go through all the moving parts within this call. I mean, this call was just an absolute joke. Later on in the video, I'm going to tell you what the NBA actually had to say about this call. And if you're a Knicks fan, you're probably not going to be too thrilled about this call. So this was actually called a couple of plays later. So the NBA, I guess, when a referee sees a flop on the court, they don't call it right then and there. They don't stop the play. They don't stop the action. They wait until the dead ball they wait until the ball is stopped, and then they will retract and call a flop. So right away, everyone's like, what is going on? Let me just play this video right here. You see Spike Lee like, oh, what the hell's going on? You see Jalen Brunton's hands up. Like, what? I just got called for a flop. Hartenstein's like, what? His hands up. Everyone's hands is up. And you see that motion from the referee? That's the new flopping motion, this guy right here. That referee was not having a great night versus the New York Knicks. Jalen Brunson's like, are you kidding me? He's like, he can't believe it. He's like, what is going on? Did I just get called for a flop? And then Julius Randle's like, yeah, you just got called for a flop. And then Tom Thibodeau, of course, like, oh, God, here we go again. James Brunson's like, what? I just got called for a flop? And then they're walking him through it. They're talking him through it. And then even Carmelo Anthony's like, what is going on? Like, nobody knows about this rule, I'm sure, in the stadium. And Carmelo Anthony's like, what the hell what the hell just got called on Jalen Brunson? Melo's like, that's annoying. Here's the replay. Jalen Brunson takes the screen from Isaiah Hartenstein. Jason Tatum is fighting over the screen. Jalen Brunson goes up for a three-point shot. Jason Tatum literally fouls Jalen Brunson. Obviously, it should have been called. It should have been 3 free throws for Jalen Brunson. He literally affects his landing spot in the NBA. That's a no-go. Right there, you see the foot of Jalen Brunson landing on the foot of Jason Tatum. And, I mean, I'm sure, I don't know why the referees missed this because Jason Tatum's shoes were pink. I don't know how you missed this. So the NBA thought that Jalen Brunson flopped. They thought that he flopped on the ground, and that's why they called it a flopping call. How can you call this? Like, how can you? To me, this rule is one. I like the rule, but unless it's like an egregious flop, like you know how like players like Chris Paul flops, and James Harden will flop, and players like that flop egregiously, and that's when we actually want this rule to be implemented. But why would Jalen Brunson all of a sudden just fall on the ground if he didn't feel contact on his landing foot? This was just a terrible call, and it was a 4-point swing because for a flopping call, you get a technical free throw, you shoot the free throw, Boston made their free throw, and Jalen Brunson should have been out the line. So, I mean, it was essentially a 4-point swing. I'm not going to say this lost us the game because the Knicks obviously missed a ton of free throws. Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle didn't show up this game, but this was just this was just crazy. Like, and then later on in the NBA, pretty much admitted like we messed up. This shouldn't have been called. This shouldn't have been called a flop. Jalen Brunson should have been at the line for shooting 3 free throws. We messed up, and it's this referee right here. I'm gonna go back. This referee right here was calling these flops. Well, he called one on Porzingis and he called one on Jalen Brunson. He was not having a good night. Like I said, later on in the evening today, actually, on October 26th, the NBA actually rescinded the flop, and they said Jalen Brunson should have been at the line shooting 3 free throws. I mean, you see clearly Jalen Brunson going up for the shot, lands on Jason Tatum's foot. Should have been 3 free throws. They call a flop on Jalen Brunson because the referee thought that he was flopping. I don't know why the hell he would think that, but man, if this is what is going to be called for this new flopping rule, it is off to a terrible start. Look, when this new rule got implemented, we didn't know how they were going to call it. We didn't know what they were going to call it on. We just thought it was going to be, flop. Like you know when an NBA player is flopping, like you can tell, like, okay, that guy flopped. But why would Jalen Brunson just fall down like that? Like, clearly lands on Jason Tatum's foot. Knicks got screwed on this one. So shout out to you, NBA refs, man. Game 1, not off to a great start. Let me know in the comments below. What do you guys think about this? I'm heated. Are you guys heated? Are you mad? It is what it is. I mean, you can't play back the game, but this is not off to a great start, and it's going to be interesting throughout the regular season how this is going to take place. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button as always. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.